Back in November, Panhandle PBS won a regional Emmy for its documentary series titled Living While Black. Now, KMR Local 4's Kaylee Green has a behind-the-scenes look at how it was made and the messages they hope to share from those behind the project. That story as we continue to honor Black history.
Senior producer of Living While Black, Karen Welch, says the idea for the documentary came after the Panhandle PBS staff was sent home to work at the start of 2020.
And we were trying to find our way with, Zoom and everything else. And then the murder of George Floyd happened. And we began to discuss, how can we react to this? We were seeing the posts of our friends and neighbors about how they were so deeply affected by it, and we wanted to hear from them. It was time to listen.
Not starting a dialogue, but listening to the experiences of Black and biracial Amarilloans. Welch says it started with 35 hours of interviews with more than 20 locals and experts across the country.
It's amazing the selection of the individuals that they had to speak, because I think everybody had different versions of the same experiences, and that was good to chronicle.
Claudia Stewart, a community activist and much more, was the first full-time African-American female faculty member at West Texas A&M University when she was hired in 1996. Stewart shares her experience as a student at WT.
I didn't feel that they were unique at the time. I was just putting one foot in front of the other and just walking forward and doing every day the same thing. But when I saw that doors were closed in my face, or organizations were not allowing African-Americans to join, then I knew that I was going to have a problem.
She says hearing other people's stories, putting yourself in their shoes, is a good start.
We kind of like our life the way it is. Of course, a lot of that's tied up in privilege. Well, when you take away all the privilege and we take away all the amenities that you have in life that other people don't have in life, and you're consciously thinking about that, then you know it's unequal and you know it's unfair. That's what we got to change. And unless you can put yourself in somebody else's shoes and realize that at the very core, you're not going to be able to even want to make changes.
Another participant, R.J. Soley-Jacks, a local elementary school principal, recounted a terrifying experience while visiting his wife's family in Wheeler.
I also got to see, again, the good and bad and ugly of West Texas. I was almost shot and killed in Wheeler for riding a four-wheeler in a field with my father-in-law.
In addition to personal stories, the documentary dives into several other topics, including current and historical movements for change, plus how to move from protest to progress.
These stories, these specials, also help push that progress forward, because then people will begin to understand, well, why does that part of the town need this? Why do we need to spend more money there? Why do we have to, do things with that infrastructure when I need help with my infrastructure here? And it's being able to begin to open those type of conversations and get people to listen with an open heart.
In Amarillo, Kaylee Green, KMR Local 4 News.
For links to watch more of that documentary, plus to hear a poem written and read by Claudia Stewart, the story continues at myhighplains.com. You can find many more stories that we're doing this month.